What are you thirsty for? Happy Thirsty Thursday with me, Jake Thurston, and I deeply apologize because I was dropping the ball on the past 2 weeks worth of vlogs. That was totally my bad. I got out of my rhythm, but I have it embedded into my weekly schedule to make sure that this vlog happens because I really want this to be a resource for you guys to be encouraged and challenged in your relationship with the Lord. So continue to be on the lookout for these vlogs, and I'll do a better job of trying to stay up to date on them as much as possible. But this week's Thirsty Thursday comes from the book of 2 Kings, specifically in chapter 6. So just to give some context to this story, the Arameans, a northern kingdom in that land, was at war with the northern kingdom of Israel. And something that kept happening here was the king of Aram would want to send his armies out to certain areas in Israel and camp there in hopes of eventually attacking the king of Israel and destroying this kingdom, right? But whenever Aram's armies would set up camp, the word of the Lord would come to Elisha, knowing exactly where the Arameans were camped at, and then he would inform the king of Israel, hey, don't go this way, the Arameans are here, or don't go that way, the Arameans are here. And word got out to the king of Aram that the Israelites always knew where they were going to be, and he was frustrated. He was like, who in the world is in our kingdom that is betraying us and giving word of our plans to the Israelites? Well, he discovers that Elisha is actually the man who somehow always reveals the Arameans' plans to the king of Israel. So instead of constantly going after the king and trying to take him out, they decided to go to the city of Dothan, or Dothan, not sure how you pronounce it, to try to take out Elisha, because he's been this guy who continues to ruin their plans. And so they wake up one morning, Elisha's servant goes outside and sees this huge, massive army approaching them. And he's like, Elisha, what should we do? I'm freaking out. There's an army out here to kill us. And Elisha's like, don't even worry about it. The Lord's got this covered. And then he commands the Lord to strike the entire Aramean army blind. Everyone becomes blind, and he approaches them and tells the army this. He says, this is not the road, and this is not the city. This is not the road, and this is not the city. Follow me, and I will lead you to the man you are looking for. And he led them to Samaria. And so he blinds this entire Aramean army, and then he takes them to the city of Samaria, which is where the king of Israel was camped at. That was the capital of the northern kingdom of Israel. And so they get to the city, and Elisha opens up the eyes of the men there, of the Aramean city, or of the Aramean army, and they realize they're in Samaria, and they're before the king of Israel, and they are before their arch enemy. So this is a pretty scary moment for the Arameans. And so this is what it says in verse 21 of chapter 6. When the king of Israel saw them, he asked Elisha, shall I kill them, my father? Shall I kill them? Like, the fact that he repeated that sentence, shall I kill them, shows that he really wanted to kill these guys. Really wanted to put it into their life. Just get them out of here. Just stop causing trouble to this kingdom. But Elisha says this, do not kill them. Would you kill men you have captured with your own sword or bow? Set food and water before them so that they may eat and drink and then go back to their master. So he prepared a great feast for them, and after they had finished eating and drinking, he sent them away, and they returned to their master. And then the bands from Aram stopped raiding Israel's territory. Not only did they not punish the Arameans, not only did they torture, they didn't torture them or anything, Elisha demanded that they throw them a feast. Feed them. Show them hospitality. I'm sure the king of Israel was pretty ticked off at that. He was ready to kill these guys, just get them out of the way here. But instead, Elisha probably brought them to the king's presence to show them that one of the best ways to rid yourself of your enemies is not to kill them, but to love them, to offer hospitality to them. Because I think a lot of times we think that hatred is going to cast off our enemies. But really, what's going to cast them off is showing hospitality and loving them in ways that they would never have expected from us. And then not only are you casting them off as your enemies, but now you're inviting them in as friends. And that is the turning point for maybe our arch enemies no longer becoming enemies and instead becoming good friends. Maybe that's something we need to do in the relationships that we, in particular, have a very difficult time with. What does that look like for you?